I join in wishing the Minister a full and speedy recovery and join in the condemnation of the trolling. Some of these trolls, they really are more suited to the sewers that Northern Ireland Water has responsibility for. They are beyond description. This measure today is another stopgap measure which just keeps somewhat in limbo Northern Ireland Water in terms of a lack of strategy. When you go to the 25-year strategic plan for Northern Ireland Water, that which is supposed to take us up to 2046, amongst other things you will read this: our status as both a government-owned company and a non-departmental public body is recognised as less than ideal for a provider of infrastructure investment. We require a sustainable funding model to support delivery of our strategy. There is a growing risk that the level of service to our customers in Northern Ireland will fall behind the water companies in the rest of the UK, against which we are benchmarked by the utility regulator. The current executive policy is that the funding arrangements will remain in place. This was written at the time when it said 2022. Now the current executive policy seems to be this will remain in place until 2027. Now the problem is not just a theoretical one about what sort of Northern Ireland Water you should have. It has real and lasting and damaging practical consequences. My own constituency of North Antrim, as I've raised with the Minister before, we have a series of villages where the capacity has been reached, where in consequence for years there has been no new building possible, and the Minister in previous replies has indicated the earliest that something might happen about that for the villages of Armoy, Dervick, Mosside and Strenocum, and also, I might add, a good part of Ballycastle. The earliest that something might be able to be done about that is post-2027. That is just not acceptable. And it is a consequence of the funding inadequacies and arrangements which affect Northern Ireland Water. And it also manifests itself in other day-to-day issues. Last Tuesday and again last Friday, raw sewage was flowing across the green area behind Main Park in Galgorm. Now, that is appalling that things are in that state. And therefore I do say to this House that simply replicating this limbo land for Northern Ireland Water is not forward-looking or not sufficient to take us where we need to get in terms of realistic funding in respect of dealing with our substandard infrastructure. 100 villages and towns in Northern Ireland where the wastewater capacity is experiencing difficulties. That's an astounding indictment. So I do say, yes, no doubt, as a further stopgap, yet again, this statutory instrument will have to be approved. But are we simply going to be back here, if we're here, in 5 years with another proposition of this nature? One thing just, which maybe the Minister could cast some light on, it's more an esoteric point than anything else. When I looked up the website, www.legislation.gov.uk, to take a look at the 2017 order, I read these words: "This is a draft item of legislation and has not yet been made as a Northern Ireland statutory rule." Can that be right? 5 years on, it has never been made? Or is that very diligent website, registration.gov.uk, got it wrong? Perhaps the Minister can tell us.
We're running close to the wire here now, so next person I've got is Roy Biggs.